The rain was a thin, cold sheet sliding down my coat when he said it. "We're taking Deborah to Bora Bora. Not you, not us, her." He didn't even flinch when he slammed the car door. His mother grinned through the window, lips tight with triumph. In the back seat, Deborah giggled, her silhouette lit by the soft glow of the dashboard like some spoiled child being whisked off to paradise. They drove away. And for one sharp, hollow moment, I felt nothing. Then the storm inside me shifted, quiet, calculating, controlled. My marriage didn't end on that curb. It transformed. Back then, before the rot, I met him when he still knew how to blush. He spilled coffee on himself during our first date, stammered apologies, and looked at me like I was something rare. Back then, I believed in that look, believed in us, believed in the future we said we'd build. I should have paid attention to how often his mother inserted herself into our we, how her approvals became conditions, how her dislikes became edicts. But I told myself it was harmless. Love can make a weapon look like a harmless ornament. The first crack. The shift came slowly. The late nights. The phone turned face down. The sudden trips with vague explanations. The scent of a floral perfume I didn't own. Then came the message. Accidental, sloppy, a photograph of Deborah in my robe sent to his group chat instead of her private thread. The caption, "She looks better in everything." His mother reacted with a heart emoji. I stared at the screen, pulse steady, mind sharpening. Heartbreak is loud. But betrayal? Betrayal is silent and observant. The shift. I didn't confront him. Confrontation gives the guilty a chance to prepare. I learned instead. His passwords, her schedule, his financial footprint, their habits, predictable, indulgent, arrogant. While he was working late, I was documenting transactions. While she was taking yoga, I was collecting photos. While his mother was visiting friends, I was recording her little conspiratorial voice. 3 months of watching, 3 months of preparing, 3 months of turning my heartbreak into architecture. The plan. Step 1 was legal, brutally legal. A quiet meeting with an attorney who didn't blink when I laid out everything. He just said, "Timing will be everything." Step 2 was financial. I moved our joint assets, my half, into a protected account. His half, however, was left exposed, ripe for the consequences of his upcoming choices. Step 3 was social. A carefully curated packet sent anonymously to the board of the company where he'd just been promoted. They don't like executives with messy personal scandals, especially scandals involving a subordinate, especially scandals documented with dates, times, and explicit images. Step 4 was the trip. Oh, they were so proud of their little escape. He bragged about it on social media. His mother posted countdowns. Deborah showed off bikinis I recognized from my discarded wedding registry. Perfect. The execution. I waited until their plane landed, until they checked into the overwater bungalow he'd emptied our savings for, until they toasted to new beginnings. Then I triggered everything at once. His company received the packet. My attorney filed the divorce, irreconcilable differences with supporting evidence attached. The bank froze our joint accounts due to suspicious activity that I had conveniently reported minutes earlier. His credit cards, maxed by his own reckless spending, were abruptly declined. Within an hour, their dream vacation turned into a frozen nightmare. He called me 20 times. Then my mother-in-law called. Then Deborah. I didn't answer. I waited until I knew the panic had settled in deep, until they realized they had no access to money, no way to pay the resort, and no return flight. Only then did I pick up. The climax. His voice shook. "Honey, something's wrong. We're stranded." I let the silence stretch, then said calmly, "No, you're not stranded. You're just finally staying where you belong, outside of my life. He tried anger. He tried bargaining. He tried pretending he still loved me. I spoke only once more. You ended our marriage on a curb. I ended your comfort. We're even. I hung up. Resolution. 2 days later, they came home. Penniless, humiliated, sunburned, and miserable. His company suspended him pending investigation. Deborah dumped him the same afternoon. His mother stopped smiling. I watched from the window as he dragged his suitcase down our driveway like a man walking through the wreckage he created. And for the first time in years, I felt the rain and didn't flinch. That storm had already passed through me. What was left was freedom.